Hey, this is Shiraz, and before we get started, I just want to let you know that when I clear something for someone, when I cause a shift, I tend to yawn and cough from the energetic shift that happens. I don't know why it happens. It's just how my body works. And if you don't know that, you're going to listen to this video and go, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You might still think that, but now there's more of an explanation. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you hear something that you can absolutely relate to, when I cleared for them, you can get it cleared for you too. Just say yes when they're saying yes, and it works. I have people that watch these videos every morning to get stuff cleared. This can be your new morning habit too. Okay, that's enough for that. Let's get on with the video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a great shift out of it. See you soon.
Hopefully my camera stays working.
It's been the whole time. Okay, so what's going on?
Nothing much. Just I know a lot about failure.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
So what's the thing you're trying to solve here?
Money, really.
Okay.
Just getting a hold of my money, because I've had good jobs in the past, but I somehow lose them.
Okay.
Right? Or what you call it? They're hard to come by, these jobs.
Okay.
Or there's a lawsuit and I take my money and leave, and or something like that. Just really have a hard time holding a good job.
Okay. Do you want lots of money?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm running out of time for that.
Did you say I don't got time for that? What was that?
Running out of time for that. I'm getting older.
Oh yeah, but you can make money very, very quickly if you want. So doesn't have to require a lot of time. Okay, actually, let's start there. Are you willing to step out of the story that it takes a lot of time to make a lot of money?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So what would happen if you were making a lot more money?
I'd have freedom.
Okay, that didn't come up true. How do you make money?
Discipline yourself.
No, you specifically. How do you make money?
Right now I'm on unemployment insurance.
Yeah.
I drive a truck, a water truck.
Okay.
But I have a bad back, so I'm kind of stuck in the middle doing nothing right now.
Okay.
Trying to figure out something to do.
Okay. Do you want to drive a truck to make money?
It passes the time.
That's not the question I asked. I said, do you want to drive a truck to make money?
No.
Yeah. So if you don't want to drive a truck to make money, then developing a bad back keeps you from driving a truck to make money.
Well, I had surgery on my back. I was in a car accident in 1988.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. You will create a car accident so that you have a bad back so you don't have to drive a truck. Okay. People do this. I watch it happen, and you think it's just circumstance, but you're creating everything to suit your reality. So is the only way to make money to work hard?
I thought so, but it's not the only way. I see people doing it easily now.
Okay.
AI's out.
Is the only way for you to make money to work hard?
No.
See, that's not coming up true. Oh, there's actually a lot of resistance on that.
Yeah.
So you've been brought up thinking that's how you got to make money, is to work
hard. I like to work hard. I always work hard every job, but I meet resistance from other people when I work hard. I get other people coming after me.
Okay.
Like I did something wrong, and I did nothing wrong but work hard.
Okay. I always people come after you.
Yeah, I'm attacked a lot at work. At work, I get attacked, or people bother me just to I don't know, pass the time.
Okay. So do you feel they get jealous of how hard you're working?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like that people get jealous of how hard a worker you are?
No.
See, that's not coming up true. So part of you takes pride in the fact that people get so upset about how hard a worker you are, because it's just like, look how hard I work. People get jealous. People are envious. And so you recreate that in your life so you can feel good about yourself, about how hard a worker you are. So are you willing to step out of the story that you need people to be jealous of how hard you work so that you know you are valuable?
Yes, I think I'm ready to get rid of it.
Then here's the thing. You don't have to work hard to be successful, right? But you can take a lot of action. But when it's something you love, it doesn't feel like you're working hard. You just can't wait to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people out there that they've created a life where it looks like they're busy and they're doing this and they're doing this and they're this. And they're like, oh my God, how do you keep up with them? But they're in their joy. They're like, give me more. This is amazing. Right? But there are people out there that are creating big success, but they've been taught you have to work hard. And so they're working, they're exhausted, they're stressed. They're still successful, they make lots of money, but they've been brought up in a different story. Right? You've anchored your story because you were taught you've got to work hard to succeed. But then you anchored it in by also getting that pride boost whenever anyone gets jealous. So you've been locking that in so you don't let it go. So are you willing to step out of the story you've been taught that you have to work hard to succeed?
Oh, yes.
Ooh. So if money wasn't an issue, let's say you had $1 billion in the bank, you never had to work a day in your life. What would you want to do with your life?
Relax.
Okay. What else?
Breathe.
So
Walk on the beach.
okay, let's take this a couple of years from now. So you've got the money, you've got $1 billion, and then you go and you get a place on the beach and you relax and you're like, oh my God, finally I get a break. I don't have to work hard. Things are great. And you buy everything you want to buy. You might buy a couple more houses on a couple of different beaches so you can travel and see the world and just hang out on your beaches. But after a couple of years, you've been hanging out on beaches for 2 years now. Do you just want to keep hanging out on beaches for the rest of your life, or do you want to do something?
There's always helping out the unfortunate.
Okay.
I'm sure I could find a lot of things to do if I had
Okay.
money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
nothing is.
You've had this amazing couple years. You spent a bunch of money, and now you're down from $1 billion to 900 million. Let's say because you just went on a crazy spending spree, and now you're like, okay, now I have everything I need. Right? I bought all the things I want to buy. I've got multiple houses and maybe cars and stuff like that. And so now it's just about what do I want to do to fill my days with meaning? What would you do?
Like a spiritual journey.
Okay. To do what?
I don't know, lose the ego. Just to be more human, to be more myself.
Okay.
To be more chilled and relaxed, really.
Okay. But I'm saying now, let's say you are chilled and relaxed. How else do you fill your days?
There's a lot of spiritual stuff to do.
Like what?
Oh gosh, who knows? I have a spiritual teacher that I follow every Sunday.
Okay.
I'd like to be closer to him.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
So what's stopping you from sort of setting up a mentorship with him now?
He's in Florida.
Okay.
I don't know if I like the United States.
Okay.
I don't know. I think of going to Africa.
Okay.
Right. I think about it a lot, actually.
To do what in Africa?
Just to live. Just to live. Spend
Okay.
out the rest of my days.
Okay.
Just to live freely, not to feel oppressed or anything.
Okay. So do you constantly feel oppressed?
Well, my living arrangements are always bad.
Okay.
Right? There's always some aspect of it where I'm moving from one situation to another to another. I jump out of the frying pan, I'm back into the fire again.
Okay.
So but that's because I don't own my own house.
Okay.
I have to share it.
Yeah. But again, think about what I've been saying is that if you've got a constant situation,
Mhm.
it's not a problem, it's a solution. So, what is the benefit in not having your own place and having to deal with this oppression in the places that you live?
Sorry, I don't get the question.
So, what are the conditions like in these places where you're living?
There is always somebody bothering me. I don't like to be bothered a lot.
Okay.
For some reason, I get their attention,
Yep.
and they don't stop.
Okay.
This goes on a daily basis.
Okay.
Okay, so
And what is that keeping you from doing?
nothing. I just learned to live with it. I just learned to say, hey, that's life. Maybe I just want to say, yeah, I'm right all the time. But
Yeah.
I feel that, but I kind of say it's not worth the justice of saying I'm right. I'd rather
Okay.
live in peace than have somebody bother me all the time.
Do you have to prove how much you can put up with?
I put up with a lot.
Okay, so here's what's going on. Is it's you trying to show the world, like this is it, and it goes back to with everyone getting jealous.
Mm-hmm.
There's this place of ego in you where it's like, hit me with the adversity, I can take it. Let me show you what I can take. And so you're putting yourself in places where there's adversity, where there's oppression, just to show you can take it and that you are the spiritual person that can deal with all this stuff. Right. But because you're trying to prove it, it's not actually coming from a place of spirituality, it's coming from a place of ego. Because a spiritual person would just know they can do it, they don't have to go through it. A person in ego has to be able to show, even if it's to show yourself, never mind other people. So are you willing to step out of the story that you have to prove you can take whatever the world throws at you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not actually shifting yet. Okay, so this is key for you. Part of like a whole chunk of your being is proving you can take it, right? Not knowing, proving.
Hmm.
What if you didn't have to prove how powerful you are?
Mm, I don't really have to prove it. It's you pretty much got to take it what life throws at you when it comes at you like this, and I'm dealing with it the best that I can.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is why it's not shifting, because what I'm saying here is when you don't have to prove it, it stops coming. Life
yeah,
just
well,
starts to flow because there's no need for it to show up so you can show that you could deal with it. Like when you don't have to show you can deal with it, it just doesn't show up. Right. For instance, when I first started this business, one of the things that came up is I was talking to people and they say, "Oh, what you do is that woo stuff," and I would have to justify it's not just woo, it's based in quantum physics. There are experiments shown that when you observe something at a quantum level, you affect its outcome. And that shows up in the physical world when you already think something's going to happen or you expect something to happen. It has to happen because you're the one causing it to happen at that point.
well, I
And
don't
so
know what I know. I don't want to be like the victim, but
I'm
I'm
not
saying,
saying you're a victim.
no.
What I'm saying is
Mhm.
these people, when I'm trying to explain my business, I go into this explanation. Right. And I get frustrated because people keep saying that, and I have to prove it's not just woo and I'm not just full of shit, that I actually get results. Until one day I said, you know what, screw it. I don't have to prove a damn thing. I've gotten results with people. I know what I'm capable of. I know this works. So if people came up and said, you know what, I think that's all just woo and it's a bunch of crap, I'd be like, okay, if that's what you think, I'm full of crap. Fine, that's what you think. And I wouldn't fight them. I wouldn't argue. I just do that. But what happened is when I was in that space, it only happened like twice. And now the people I meet, when I say this is what I do, they go, oh my God, that's so fascinating. That whole thing of proving myself is gone because I don't have to prove, I just know. And what I'm saying for you is you're in the space of I've got to prove that I can be okay with whatever life gives me. Life's just going to give me stuff and I just got to deal with it. But if you really are out of proving, that stuff stops happening to you. You'll find a place where people don't bug you.
I haven't lived in peace since I lived with my mother.
Okay.
I moved from place to place to place to place to place.
Yeah.
and it just follows me like a bad habit.
Okay. So I'm going to ask again, do you have to prove you can take whatever life gives you?
No, I don't have to. I know I don't have to.
Okay, so that's not coming up true.
Mm-hmm.
Your subconscious mind is thinking something completely different than what your conscious mind is thinking. Are you willing to step out of the story that you have to prove you can take whatever life throws at you?
Yeah, I'm willing to let go and move on, but I'm poor, so I got no choice but to live with people.
You always have choices. You just don't see it.
All
And
right,
here's the thing.
I haven't had
Like you've got, here's the thing. If you have to keep proving, then you can only create poverty to keep yourself in a situation where you have to live with other people. When you stop needing to prove, you can actually attract more wealth so you can get your own place. Because now that need to prove is out of there, because now you're just living. Now you've got your own place. There's no oppression. There's no people to bug you because you don't need to prove it anymore. You create the circumstances to justify the belief. So when you're really in that space that I don't need to prove it anymore, you'll start to see ways in which money shows up, or the money will just show up, whichever is easier for the universe to create for you. So I'm going to try again. Are you willing to step out of the story that you have to prove you can take whatever life throws at you?
Yes, I'm willing to step out of it.
Now it's starting to move. Oh, here we go. The thing is, you've proved it already. You've proved it for years. You don't need to keep proving it. You can step out and do something completely different now. Okay. And I want everyone to get this. Look at your life. What are you trying to prove in your life? What are you trying to prove you can get through? What are you trying to prove you are? What are you trying to prove you're capable of? Stop trying to prove things because you can just be. Okay. How does that feel? Better, worse, same, or different? No wrong answer here.
Same.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I want you to just sort of think about those terms and think about where you're trying to prove things. Because when you stop needing to prove, things will change.
Who am I proving it to?
You. And it feels like some of it is proving to your mom.
No, my mom died a few years ago.
Your brain doesn't care if people are alive or dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still dream about her.
Yeah. And if you want to show your mom what you're capable of, your brain's still going to try and make conditions so you can keep showing her, look, mom, look what I'm capable of. Look, I'm not letting the world get me down no matter what it throws at me, mom. I got this. But then you got to keep creating situations where the world tries to put you down and you just ride with it. When you stop needing to prove it to yourself and to your mom, you don't need those situations anymore. Okay. Yeah. I want you, really think about this because this could change so much for you.
All right, I hope it does.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a like. And if you had a shift of your own, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, check out the description for energetic magic events that you can attend every single month. Be well, be aware, and be magical.